These little carbon brushes play a huge role in whether your battery charges or not. And oftentimes we mistake a bad alternator for bad brushes or worn out brushes. And this is just a $30 part, and you could replace these on most vehicles. I'm doing this on my 91 Toyota Land Cruiser, but it will work on most Toyota trucks. So if you notice that your battery light on your dash is flashing or it's on, saying that your battery isn't being charged, or you find yourself having to constantly recharge your battery even after you put in a new one, it could be a sign that these brushes need to be replaced. So today I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, step by step, how to replace your brushes, how to do it the right way, the safe way, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to do it. Let me give you a brief explanation on why the alternator brushes sometimes need to be replaced. These little carbon brushes are located inside your alternator, and so when your engine is running, your alternator is supposed to charge your battery. But when these brushes wear out, that connection stops, and therefore replacing them will make your alternator work like new. I'm doing this repair as preventative maintenance, and if you're familiar with the 80 series Land Cruiser and the 80 series community, and most off-roading communities, they recommend that you do this, especially if you have some downtime on a weekend and you're planning a trip. Just replace the brushes, and that's one less thing that you have to worry about it, especially if you have an older Toyota truck. All right, let's get into the repair. So first, we're going to unplug the negative battery terminal. It's best practice to do this. It's the safest way to remove any type of power that is in the electrical components of a vehicle. Next thing we're going to do is remove the power source from the alternator. So you'll see a plug coming in right from the back on this Toyota truck here, my 80 series Land Cruiser. Just push down from the bottom. There should be like a little clip, and then you pull out. Super easy to do, and you've removed the power from the alternator. Now we're going to remove the ground cable. So it's just one bolt. You remove the cable, and then there's another bolt that has like a little housing. I don't know exactly what this is. Just pull it out and we'll set it aside. Now we have 3 bolts that attach to the back housing of the alternator. So we're going to remove those 3 bolts. These are kind of hard to reach. And another big thing is you don't want to be doing this, at least for not for the 80 series. You don't want to be doing this after the engine is hot, because you'll notice here the exhaust manifold is right here and you could really burn yourself. So you want to have a very cool engine. You don't want to be working on this while your engine is hot. So remove those, and the hard part here is going to be wiggling out the back housing. It wasn't too bad. It took me about 5 minutes to really find my angle, but I kind of moved it around quite often. Now that the back of the alternator is exposed, we see the alternator brushes, which are held on by 2 screws, Phillips heads. And what I did for this is I used a ratcheting style wrench. It's a little set that I got from Harbor Freight. I'll link it in the description below. And this thing was super helpful because it was hard to reach in this area, and it was hard to put a Phillips head screwdriver in there. So this thing was perfect. And once we tighten up the brushes, we do everything we did before in reverse. We're going to wiggle back in the housing, bend it back into shape, put the 3 bolts on the housing. Then we do the ground cable. We connect all the little bolts that were there, then the power source to the back of the alternator, and then plug back in the negative battery terminal. And that's it. That's the entire process. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. I appreciate it, especially my subscribers. And even if you're not a subscriber, thank you for actually watching till the end. And everyone that leaves a comment, I really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. I hope it was helpful. Have a good one.